Beautiful Monday morning. The sun is bright, it's vibrant. The energy is electric. You know what it is. Prep news, baby. Here lately, man, we've been we're not leaving you guys. We love high school athletics. We'll never leave you. But here lately, we've been venturing off trying to add new vines to the tree or to the vineyard. And no, we ain't making no wine. We ain't making wine. We ain't making vineyards to make wine. We'll make some church grape juice. How about that? How about that? Since the person that we're about to talk to is at a Christian school, we're gonna make the wine for the sacrament. Give you a cracker. We gonna keep it holy because that's what John Melvin University is. It's a Christian university. And today joining us, we have a very special guest that's going to talk all things John Melvin University. He's going to talk about his principles, his philosophies, and y'all know how we do it, man. We're just going to chop it up and live life like it's golden because life is golden and it's meant to be treasured. Please welcome John Melvin University Millers head football coach Don A. Lee. Welcome.
Man, I tell you what, you got me fired up. I'm about ready to drink some of that wine.
Coach, I'm not going to be playing with you. I'm not going to be playing with you. How you doing today, Coach?
Now, look, you told me I could be a little bit uncut, so now I'm going to try my best to stay on that line.
No, I want you to be uncut. I always like my guests to just be their true, authentic selves. I have to toe, hell, I ain't gonna lie, I don't never toe the straight and narrow. I ain't never towing no line a day in my life because rules like limits are meant to be broken.
That's it.
Quote Michael Jordan on that.
That's what, man. Come on now.
I'm not going to be playing with you today, man.
The greatest of all time, right?
Right. In my eyes, anyway.
That's that era we come through.
Yeah, we from that generation. I'm definitely.
Come on.
Hey, and again, as a man, I love LeBron James.
He's good.
To community efforts that he's given and driven, not throughout Cleveland, but everywhere he goes, he leaves his mark as a humanitarian.
That's right.
But in basketball, he's a flopper. He's a flopper. I don't care how many 38,263 points he scored.
Come on.
He MJ.
Yeah.
And I'm a drink today.
We probably now you get the young gonna come back and say, all right, we're gonna debate on that. But now in our era, so we've seen the greatest on that time. And I was up in that era in Chicago when he was there. So I had no other choice, but I seen him firsthand, what he's done. Not only what he's done on the court, but what he does to a community, how he brought that whole city together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then like Charles Oak said, the reason why Isaiah don't like him because he took his city. Oh, I'm sorry, that was credit there.
Oh, see, there you go.
I did not mean that, Zeke. I did not mean that, Zeke.
He didn't take the city. I think he still have that sitting right outside of him with the ball in the hand, right? We ain't gonna.
Hey, Coach
Lee,
Coach Lee, I got another Coach Lee that I'm super fond of, Darnell Lee.
Good guy.
I think so. I think he's pretty solid. So, the Lee name works for me, all right?
I tell you what, it's going to be able to carry that Lee name and some of the great that come behind it, not only just football coaches and pastors and all of that. So I have big steps and big shoes to follow behind. I still ain't got there yet.
No, you're going to get there. So look, let's start right here. Tell us a little bit about Don A. Lee and how in 1995 he decided that coaching was the route that he should take?
Well, I tell you, and boy, that's a big word because when people come in and hear me speak and recruit, when I'm recruiting, that's the thing I do. I sell my why I coach and who I am and what I come from, and that kind of tells you the type of person I am. I love to go off to play football back in the '90s, and I didn't have any grades. I mean, I was supposed to sign big time, and it was back in the day. They just threw the ball out there and say, "Go play," And
Yeah.
I played it. So I come from an abused home, so it was like I can almost kill somebody on the football field, and not go to jail. So nobody told me that I had to get the grades. They didn't tell me that. They just said, "Stay out of trouble."
Right.
Right. So I stayed. But when it was time for me to go to college, I didn't have any grades. And you remember back then, Proposition 48 hit. So you
Right.
were definitely in trouble when Proposition 48 hit. You didn't have the test score. You couldn't go anywhere. So a small school took a chance on me, a Christian university. And Lord knows I knew from where I came from. It changed my life. And a coach changed my life. It's like, all right, you stay out of the streets, stay out of the trouble, and this is what you need to do. And I was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. So he was installing that in my life. And he said, it's better. You can stay out of these streets. You to follow those footsteps of your brothers, your cousins. You got an opportunity to do whatever you want to do. So I ended up graduating in 1994, and the guy called me up and said, come on, here's your opportunity. And I didn't look back.
Right.
I just, I was installing the kids what had happened to me over the years. I wanted to do the same thing, kind of the tough love. You remember coming up, take your hat off, take your earrings off, pull your pants up, speak, properly. It's coming from a guy on the 5th grade reading level. They didn't teach me to read or write. They just told me to go. So when I couldn't graduate or couldn't get that test score, it changed my life. I was like, nobody's going to control me no more. They're not going to control the way I talk. They're not going to control the way I walk. I'm going to do what I need to do to be great at being a coach. It kind of changed people's lives like it did mine. So when I went off to Middle Georgia College in 1995, I seen a coach just rebuilding, and I seen all the stuff he was putting in these kids' lives, and we were sending kids off to Georgia, Florida, Georgia Tech, and my uncle. All right, here I go. I'm finna get in trouble.
All right. Hey,
back
when
in
you
the
get
day,
in trouble, I'm gonna jump in with you. We're gonna be in that boat together, all right?
Here it go. Hey, back in the day, you only had 2 black coaches, and you had one on offense and one on defense, and we couldn't do football. All we had by this guardian. We had to go make sure they go to class. We had to make sure they eat. We wasn't allowed to do football. We wasn't allowed to know X's and O's like that. So I had to teach myself how to become a great coach by mimicking what was going on in the room. So a guy told me, he's like, don't tell me what I need to do. Just show me when you get it, how you're going to get it, So it allowed me to be a better coach along the way. And it allowed me to go off and build school in my path.
Right.
Got a phone call coming in. I apologize.
Oh, no, it's cool. It's cool. You ain't leave, so we good. Just slide it down and put it on D&D.
But it kind of excited me, while we can just be able to help kids. Right. So I wanted to kind of build it and help kids and say, all right, look, it's more to sports. It's more to football. It's more to basketball. Use you for your athletic ability and start using them, get their education. So, from a 5th grade reading level, dude, my wife tell me, watch how you talk. I said, look, what you expect from a guy that couldn't read or write, right? So I'm like, I had to teach myself how to carry a conversation, teach myself how to sit in a room and how to relate to people in that room. She gets on me all the time by saying, you don't know who you are. I said, well, I'm whoever somebody wants me to be. I got to be a father. I have to be somebody's mother. I got to be a principal sometime. I've got to be a housekeeper. I got to be able to lay the wood to teach these kids So I really didn't know who I was. You know, I'm whoever somebody wants me to be. You know, and that's how to become a great coach was that be the person that they need in their life at that time. And so it allowed me to build a lot of relationships all across the country. Man, when I say I've been blessed, dude, I've been blessed, man. You know where I come from, an abused home, didn't know where our next meal came from, stepdaddy, you know, not doing too well. It kind of encouraged me to be a father figure. It kind of encouraged me even to get back in it now. Is like kids need discipline. I needed discipline. They don't want discipline, but the more you give them discipline, the more they want to listen, the more they want to be around you. They want to be able to have someone that they can trust. That's a big word, coach, trust. Can you trust the person, you know? And being able to trust the person, it's a big deal. I said to earn my trust, I have a whole name. I said, but I do know the people names who's messed me over, you know? And I said, that's not the one. That's not the one I want to know, right? I want to know the person that's for me, not against me. Right. So I kind of picked up where, all right, how can I challenge that young man, not only on the football field, but also not only in the classroom, but how to be a better father? Because I never seen that. How to be a better husband. I ain't never seen that. And I sure didn't see a better person in the workplace. So I said, if I can do those three things, I've created a man. Someone that's not sleeping on mama's couch, not taking out of mama's house, but also into what mama have right there and giving her that extra, you know, come on, mama gave me everything. So I had to give back to her, you know. My thing is I have to take care of my mom. And most of these kids, you know, that's what they feel. They've got to go off to school and do better. But we have to challenge them. We can't just give it to them. We've got to get down in, old coach said, we got to reach down in their throat, you know, and we got to pull it out of there. We got to get it out of there. And I love what John Melvin stands for and where we're going. And to be honest with you, when I talked to them and they told me what they were doing and how they want to build a school and how to not only a school, but build a program, football, sign me up. And the AD said, well, I ain't even offered you no money yet. I said, it ain't about the money for me, you know, because God's going to provide for me if I'm doing the right thing, if I'm on the right path. And he has in the last 3 months, man, he's opened doors that I've rebuilt 7 schools, started 2 up. I've never seen it move this fast. Do we have the things that we need? It ain't there yet, but they're coming, you know, like we're going to go the first year as coming in as an independent. And then in 2024, we're going to go into the Red River and the NAI. So we're right path, and people don't understand what it takes to start a university. They just see the university, but what it takes to start a university, even going from accreditation to federal money, and I've been blessed to see it along the way, is 2 men funded this. It's unbelievable. You know, it's unbelievable to be where we at. Just for 2 people to step in and say, we're going to fund this. No federal money, no government money, and seeing their vision had me excited. Like, dude, I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of building something from the ground level up. I want to be a part of setting history, making history, you know?
Right.
Dude, I want my coach said is when we first were born and then we die, what your dad's going to say in the middle? What is it going to say in the middle? What were you about? Or are you about just talk? You know, are you about just giving? Or are you about just taking? What's your dad's? What's your dad's going to say? So creating history, I've been blessed with other schools, but it's different here. It's different in Louisiana. Dude, they love football. They love sports. They sleep it and eat it in a 90-mile radius. Do you understand the athletics? I mean, the athletic people that we have in this area.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nuts. I say in 2 to 3 years we can win the national championship. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm nuts. But I said it like this. I want to win a national championship and that's it. I want to retire. I just want to set it on paper. That's it. Told you I like to talk. You see that, right? I took one question and went on.
Hey, no, it's good, man. So the one thing that I've learned in my journey, because I'm a trailblazer too. I'm building something from the ground up. I completely understand that mentality that you must have. Like, you must have a winning spirit. You must have a thriving heart. You must be charitable.
Come on.
in building. Like, so it's a lot of stuff that it takes to combine. And since Lake Charles is a place, the Crowley, right? Like they like, so it's in Crowley Rain Highway. It's off
Yep.
Crowley Rain Highway, and they love frog stew there.
Nope. Yes.
And to make a great frog stew, you gotta have a great root, a great base. And
Come on.
it sounds like that's what you guys are trying to build. Two people, like you said. I know the last name starts with an A.
Yeah. Adron. His first name is David, and then we have Chuck, who's our vice president that came in. And I'm telling you, these guys are, man, and I tell them every day, and I know it gets tough. The road's been tough for a year. Dude, you did it. You know, you started it. You really moved forward, you know, with it. You set the pace.
Right. We talked about this online, man. You know, I like how courageous you have to be to start a university in 2023.
Come on.
With so many online, like the every major school in America now offers online classes.
Right.
And again, in 2022, 2021, the vision became a thought. 2022, the vision was glorified and manifested.
That's right.
So, and like you said, in a year's time, like the building process from what those guys have born, the seedling is just there.
It's there.
And so now you have to build a foundation. And because this is a Christian university,
right,
it's built off Christian and biblical principles.
That's right.
That's not meant to overshadow the academics. In doing my research, it said that they don't think that a lot of these universities are looking out for the best holistic interest of the child.
Come on. And as we said, and I don't mean to cut you off, we don't want to beat you over the head with a Bible. We want to lead by example. You know, we want character, integrity. What happened to that? We've lost that. You know what I'm saying? We want that back into our school. So, you know, why not feed it back and use what the kids love, sports, right? But we tell them why. What's going to happen when it's 4th and 1 in your life? You're going to fold, or you're going to dig down in them ditches? Are you going to be the last one to take that shot, or you just going to walk out the gym? What are you going to do? What are you going to do when it's 4th and 1 in your life? Well, that character and integrity comes in your life. That's when it makes you stand up, you know, and say, come on, give me more. I'm a little bit nuts. You probably see that. I'm a little bit crazy. So people think I'm retarded. I probably was retarded back in the day. I believe it. You know, I believe it in my heart. I believe it in what I taught. You know, I believe in my walk. I believe in if you say, you know, I believe in that if it's there, let's make it happen, right? We got to be a little bit crazy. Got to be a little bit out of the window a little bit.
Right, you got to be a lot, again, in today's society, especially if you want, who would want to be a coach to raise a minimum of 40 people who you have no idea of the real background they come from.
Come on.
And what they've been taught, what's been injected into their heart, spirit, and their soul, and you bring all those different personalities,
a lot of them,
together in a locker room, and you say, bleed clean, excuse me, but wash your ass.
Yep.
Do your schoolwork. But then now we're asking them to do all these things, but then you said, go out there and take the son of a gun neck off. You got to be a little crazy.
Got to be a little bit crazy. Have to be a little bit crazy. And being a little bit crazy is go right along with that is you got to teach them when to turn it on and when to turn it off. You know, and a lot of people just turn it on. You know, and I hate to talk about it, but I've worked 7 days a week. But what did we teach them? Did we teach them just football, or did we teach them about life? You know, and here go again, we get in trouble. Look, what are we doing to society? We bring them in here from a bad situation, give them another bad situation back into the situation. Well, we're a
Right.
problem. We're not a part of the solution. So
Right.
why not try to teach them to go back with positive to change that situation?
Right.
Even though he has a basketball or a football in his hand, I got what he wants. You
Right.
know, right? I have what he wants. So if he wants this, I gotta buy into what I have. Yeah, I'm running my program. Not no other coach is running my program. I'm running my program. See how nuts I am? This is my program. It ain't
Right.
Jimmy's program. It ain't his mama's program. This is my program. If you're gonna come into this program, these are the guidelines. I have a lot of guidelines. As I say, call them rules. I call them structure
Right.
because I'm gonna structure your life. I'm gonna put you in a position. Told you I'm not. I'm gonna put you in a position to be successful if you want. Now, I sound nice, right? I sound real nice, and I know I'm a butthole,
Right.
but that's okay. This is what we. I want to win,
Right.
not just on the football field. I want to
Right.
win in life.
Right.
So if I can change these kids' lives, why not? I was at Belhaven and I graduated 95% of my football players. It's unheard of. You know,
Right.
that's unheard of. And we play good football.
Right.
So you tell me it can't be done. It can be
Right.
done.
Because
Put the
that's where
structure
that
around.
power come from, huh?
Yeah.
First year at Belhaven, you win conference championship. I'm just asking the question, Coach. I don't know no better. I don't know no better other than to ask the question. Um, when I look at your resume, uh, they say you were one of the best defensive ends in your era. From the place that you came from, you go into college as a position coach. Uh, you're a trenches guy.
Yeah. I'm a trench. I'm a trench.
Like how much can you bring to a young man in teaching him life lessons through the trenches?
Come on, man. The trenches so and I was fortunate enough to understand the trenches. When it what trenches mean to me is I gotta get dirty. Rain,
Right,
sleet, or snow. I gotta get dirty. I gotta go make sure I open up a hole for a linebacker to come in. So now I'm giving up myself, right? So he
selfless.
can make all the tackles. So
Right,
now I'm not selfish, right? So therefore I gotta give back to that. Sometime I might have to get this guy next to me to play with. So if he's playing hard, I play hard. So it's
right,
teaching me togetherness, right?
right.
The trenches. You know, ain't a lot of fame down off in them trenches.
No,
When you see, come on,
none.
when you see the newspaper writing up, if you ain't making sacks, your name ain't in there.
And watch this. I want to ask you this, Coach. What happened to these days? I remember back in the early '90s, Troy Aikman came into the league, and they were horrible. And Jerry was a great owner
Yep,
back then.
he was an owner.
He was a great owner back then. Now, I'm gonna
Yeah,
give him that, and I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I remember Troy Aikman used to take the linemen out for dinner every week,
come on.
and on both sides, one for giving him more opportunities on the offensive side, and the other one for giving him the protection he needed to throw the ball to Mike or hand it
That's
off
right.
to Emmett or
Yeah.
whoever. What happened to those days where when the quarterback got his big contract, he treated the trench guys with respect?
Come on. Well, you said a whole mouthful, right? What have we went to? We're not. Think about it. We're not teaching anymore. We're scheming. It's a lot different now. We're not developing anymore. We're scheming. You understand where I'm going with
Right,
this? So back in the day, we had to take what we had and develop it. So therefore, the quarterback had to make sure the front line was their guy. So now this on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. He needs them now. Well, now we're teaching is they might not be good up here, so we're gonna throw it over here real fast.
Right.
We're gonna hand it out here real fast. We ain't gonna worry about developing them,
Right.
right? We're gonna
Uh-oh.
take somebody
Uh-oh.
else in.
Uh-oh. 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 I don't know no y'all, I don't know no better. And I know I just cut him off mid-sentence, but oh, what the hell? We both
Say it.
we both crossed so many lines. Also, when you finish, give me a little bit on what happened to creating dogs through development, other than just saying, "Oh, I want a dog to come in." Can we teach anymore?
You said a mouthful.
Is skill development a lost art?
You bait me. You bait me into one. I'm about ready to let you see. I'm about ready to let it go. So then I had to go back to my thing and just say, I'm gonna do a political answer. Here's the political answer. Okay. The political answer is there's so much pressure on us nowadays to win. So with the pressure that we have to win, that means that we now have to step out the norm. And we have to go get the ones that's ready right now. I'll heck with the political crap. I don't like that political crap. I'm sorry. They can't coach anymore. Problem is the younger generation think they know more than the older generation. And as the old guys used to tell me, the football still has air in it, right? And the players still think the way we think. Our problem that we don't have time anymore. We've created more of these that we need to run, or these clips that LSU run, knowing that you don't have the freaking athletes to run that.
Right.
So therefore, you try to run a scheme that you have the athletes not to run that. So therefore, you're not developing. So you got to go get people to fit Georgia's scheme. This ain't Belden University. So therefore, I'm going to get a less athlete, and I don't have any other choice but to develop them. So whoever's working for me, they have to be a development. And watch this. Watch this. Here I go. Here I go. I like to develop a kid so he can go to LSU. Have you ever heard a coach say that?
No. No.
I want to help him.
Not no,
Alabama.
But hell no. Not no, but hey, we both finna get kicked out of America. You ain't not finna play with me, bro. You not gonna play with me because I'll say some stuff that I'm not supposed to say and mean it. And I deal with the after effects after. Don't do that to me.
I love development.
Like, again, I love this thing that I do so much. But I love the process of building and growing our children even more.
Come on.
Because the more we can build and grow them, we ain't got to worry about them breaking in our house or breaking in people's cars, trying to steal a gun and $13.
Now you speaking.
And that $13 in change, it ain't even in greenbacks.
Come on.
We ain't got to worry about them going to prison. We ain't going to have to worry about them sagging their pants with their dirty drawers showing. Like, when you can develop the body, you not only develop the body, you're developing an underdeveloped mind.
Right there, bro.
You're developing a loving spirit. You're developing a caring.
Yes.
Eddie Hamilton, if you watch this interview, Eddie Hamilton, and call me and tell me I'm preaching, I'm never gonna talk to you again. I almost let loose there because it behooves me. When I think about all the stuff that we let go that we need, that was good back then. You can't tell me mustard greens and pigtails still aren't good.
Come on. It's the way you eat it, right?
Yeah. I eat that my whole life. Now somebody telling me I can't eat mustard greens no more. I wish I would stop.
Woo! I love it.
Let me get this. You know what the problem is? So
Come on.
sometimes I need to be at a mental peace because my heart is so big, and I love high school athletics.
Right.
And I can't sleep behind it. And so sometimes I need that, that Fred Hammond, that Donna McClurkin to keep my mind at peace. But I almost got a little bit happy right then and there. And you know what happened with everybody know I'm a cry. I cried with New York Tech. I was in a space right then, but I'm trying to bring it back down so I can give you the best experience possible.
I love it.
And so I want us to go right here, right now. You said that the reason why you wanted to be a part of John Melvin was that you love becoming a trailblazer from a ground up standpoint, and that it was even more better because it was something that you love from a Christian aspect.
Yes.
It's hard to get kids to buy into, especially if they don't come from that background.
Right. Right.
And whoa, I'm about to double-edged sword coming and going. How do you get a kid to understand that it's not the fact of it's a Christian university more than it's the Christ that should already be in you to help you get to where you need to be is the reason why you should come to John Melvin?
Right here. I really, I sell what I've been through and the battle that I had to get here, and I sell myself. Like I said, I'm not going to beat them over the head with a Bible. I'm going to lead by example. I'm a father, I'm a husband, and I'm a trailblazer.
Fact.
So I look at it like this. I sell myself. And when I sell myself, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna steal, and I'm not gonna cheat. This is who I am. And so by you just meeting me, you feel my heart and you feel who I am, you know, and selling yourself. No, I can sell John Melvin, and I've sold a lot of different schools all over the country, but I'm Don Lee. You know what I'm saying? I can sell myself. I know what I'm capable. Sometimes I get myself in trouble because I under promise. Watch this, and I over deliver.
Right.
I don't over promise and
Uh-huh.
under deliver.
Right. Right.
I'm not gonna. You're not gonna make me lie to you. When I come and bring them here, first thing we have nothing. Why would you come here? And by the time
Right.
they leave from here, they said I'm playing for you. And then that's where you trailblaze because now you got 30 people that's willing to run through that wall for you. You understand? Or you have a whole that's they know my heart right now. I made it my whole day to get out there and walk the city. I'm not talking about drive. I walked. And they probably thought I was crazy. They said, who is this black guy in a suit with a phone in his ear? I mean, come on, man. I believe in what I do. I believe in not tearing the community down. I believe in rebuilding that community. So these kids that we're bringing in, I don't want them to be in the dorm with police everywhere, drugs everywhere. Than that. Let me tell you about my brother. Let me tell you about my cousin that's doing time. You know,
Yeah.
I want to be able to give to this community what they ain't never seen before.
Right.
And here I go, an educated man. And I didn't say a black man. I said an educated man
Right.
that was on a fifth grade reading level. And
Right.
I always say that because everybody wants me to sound like an English teacher. I'm not an English teacher.
Right.
I'm a football coach.
Right. Right.
Sometimes I miss that dot.
Right.
Sometimes I miss that word coming out. I'm
Right.
a football coach. Well, to my heart. See, I already got you ready, right?
Right. So
That's who I am.
right. Watch this though. Okay, we know who Don Lee is. Two of my favorite football coaches. I mentioned one earlier, Darnell Lee. East Ascension Spartans football, Gonzales, Louisiana. And the other one is Jerry Phillips at the Warren Easton in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. Good program.
Phenomenal program.
Yes.
So when I met those guys, they told me their stories. But what they did even more so was they showed me, like they coached the coaches. We know we're finding out who Don Lee is, but Don Lee had to bring in a staff. And what kind of principles and values are you inciting into your coaches that they have the same fundamental beliefs for those kids? Because we don't.
You see me laughing because here go a good one. You're going to think I'm crazy.
I'm crazy.
So
we good.
I've interviewed 9 people.
Okay.
4 talked themselves. 4. Job was in their home. They talked themselves out of it. I'm going to surround myself with like-minded people. Like-minded. Number one, it ain't what they're going to get out of, because they can get a lot. Coming in, they see my resume, they see where I've been, and I've got coaches all over the country. I've got NFL players. It wasn't about that. I'm starting a brand new group of coaches who coming in.
Right.
I want guys that is a part of a program that says this, coach, what you need me to do. See, not what they bringing into me is what I can teach them. I coach coaches, not just football players. Watch this. Here's the story at Belhaven. True story. I tell you, I come to practice and I see my kids up, down, and I'm like, God, coaches, why are we up, down in these kids? I come back out the next day. They're up, down them again. I'm like, why are we up, down in these kids? They said, coach, they're late. Something ain't registered. Something ain't right. You can't just tell me anything. So I got smart and I said, I'm going to show up 30 minutes early. I'm up under the tree. I'm propped up where nobody can see me.
Yeah.
Time rolls around. I see no coaches. They ain't out there. I see 10 players show up. Now coaches show up. Oh, I come and jump way around that tree. I got my whistle in my mouth. I said, get them chopping. The coaches look around and say, you talking to me? The other coach looked at him and said, he's crazy. Y'all better get it in the chopping. He's going to get rid. I said, get it to chopping. I said, the problem with this is you showing them that you're late. So how are you going to charge it to them when you're late? Why not pay for a guy like that? Don't just come out to practice 20 minutes late talking about follow my lead. No, be there 20 minutes early, 10 minutes early. You ain't never got to worry about Coach Lee being late. I'm going to be 15 minutes early. Because if the team see me do it, that's what they're going to do.
Well, I know I should be a head coach then in college because I'm always an hour early.
Come on.
And depending on where I got to go, I might be 2 hours early.
Something might happen, right?
That's right. I'm be sitting in the parking lot ready.
Waiting.
I'm like, again, ask the dudes that deal with me on a regular. If I'd rather not show up than to be late.
Come on. Bothers me.
Right. And that is the high school basketball official in me. Like,
come on, time be early.
Basketball official, you don't be late.
Right.
Because them kids need you to be there and start on time. Them mamas and daddies who just finished working their butt off all day trying to feed their families, they need you to start on time so they can go home and prepare for the next day.
That's exactly right. So how do we watch this? Watch this. Now we're judging the kids, but what about the coaches?
Right.
Who's judging them?
Hey, pick me. Look, see my hand raised. Pick me. I'm finna get in trouble again. Fooling with you, man. I ain't gonna have no off the bench sports prep news to do.
That's all right. He got us covered.
I ain't gonna have no prep news to do, and Lord, no, God, you know I don't mean this, but I gotta say it. So how do you get assistants who have no desire to be an assistant, but already think they're a head coach and haven't done any work? How do you get them to mimic your buzzwords? How do you get them to mimic your principles, your philosophies, your ideologies? How does Don Lee do that?
You know, I was taught really well from, and he's gone. He's like my mentor, and he told me you got to break them down, but you got to build them back up. I got to take their heart, and then I got to build them back up. And what I mean is, he might want to be an offensive coordinator, but he might need to go work in the equipment room. Can you imagine that? Or he might want to be a defense coordinator, but he got to go out there and cut that grass. They don't like that. You got to take it from them to show them, if you want it, this is what you have to do it. And again, it's hard to work for me. I've coached it all: running backs, wide receivers, E-line, secondary. I wash clothes. I fix the field. Dude, it's hard to work for me. It is hard. And I know that. And I'm telling you, I am a butthole. I'm a butthole. This is how I want. This is how it's going to be ran. Not your way. It's just Coach Lee's show. If Coach Lee wants to throw the ball, guess what? Run it if you want to. I'm going to go find me somebody to throw
it. Hey, man, stop. Hey, so since you went there, only because you went there, and you're the head coach. The head coach, generally the guy that oversees college football. He has an offensive coordinator. He has a defensive coordinator. He has generally every position coach for every position in school. You guys aren't there yet.
Come on. I got to do 3 of them. No money. I have no coaches. I've got them coming in, but I ain't paid nobody. They can't get paid to August. So I know, as I tell them on my last interview, I might get my head beat, but that's okay, because I'm going to bring in coaches that I can teach for 2024. So the guys that I'm bringing in, I'm going to teach the defensive coordinator. I'm going to teach the offensive coordinator. I'm going to teach the special team guy. You know, I got to coach the O-line. I got to coach the D-line. I got to be wherever they need me. So if I don't have 9 coaches by August, I'll be coaching 2 positions. And this is how I learned it from my old guy that taught me. We might have to have a defensive time, and we might have to have a defense offensive time. I might have to bring my earlier, or I might have to bring my time. We're going to get it done. Trust me, we're going to get it done. I might end up passing out in 2 weeks, but we're going to get it done.
I'm petty, so I'm finna throw you under the bus a little bit.
That's all right.
How many player positions are you guys going to be able to offer to kids?
Our goal is talking about the roster, keeping the roster.
Yeah, the number usually around 75, 80 at most traditional colleges. But you guys aren't. It's nothing traditional about what you guys are doing at John Melvin. How many?
I want 100.
I ain't gonna even respond to that. I'm not gonna respond to that. Oh, what the hell? How you gonna get 100 players at John? If you get 100 players to come to Crowley, Louisiana,
come on,
to eat frog legs,
come on,
your name Jesus Christ.
I got 63 now.
You got how many?
63. Ooh.
I didn't even see 63 uniforms on your Twitter page.
63. I ain't even got enough helmets, maybe 20 helmets right now.
All right, this is the point right now when we do a political ad. please help John Melvin University get the equipment that it needs. Again, I'm no preacher, but I definitely believe in God's word. He said, the reason we have not, because we ask.
We ask. That's exactly right.
He said that also that anything we ask in Jesus' name,
Come
he
on.
will hear our request.
That's right.
And he will honor it. So we want to ask this in the name of Jesus, the giver of all great gifts.
You must have been with me yesterday. After church, I came in my equipment room and I touched every one of those pieces of equipment that I had. And I said, God, I know I don't have it right now. Look, I get goosebumps. But you said that will be done. And I feel it. I feel by August the 1st, I will have enough helmets, shoulder pads, and even fuel by August 1st. Because he said,
hey,
again, I'm nuts, man.
Let's manifest.
I'm nuts.
I believe in manifestation, Coach. I believe in manifestation.
So yes, we do need help. We need help.
No,
and
I'm telling you, when I research, I try to go through every little nook and cranny, and I saw 2 racks of tops. I didn't see any bottoms.
No bottoms.
And it looked to be about 35 tops on each rack. And then I saw about 35 sets of beautiful black shoulder pads. And so again, in this, I'm a realist. I'm a straight realist. Ask anybody that know me. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I don't play no games. You're going to get it unadulterated, unfiltered, and candid as I can be. And so again, you have to ask these questions when you're building something from scratch, because the kids going to want to know how they're going to eat during football season.
Yeah.
They want to know if the rice mill going to donate the rice every game to cook that jambalaya.
Come on. They're going to want to know where they're sleeping.
Right. And so if we can't put that in perspective to these kids, then why the hell should they choose John Melvin University Millers?
That's right.
Why? And that's all we're trying to get to is to the bottom of why. Are you gonna build a relationship with McNeese to say, hey, let us be your feeder program? Are you gonna build a relationship with Northwestern and say, hey, let us be your feeder program? Are you gonna build a relationship with our flagship university and our new flagship university head coach Brian Kelly and say, hey, let us be your feeder program, and the kid that you really want that can't afford to play right now because he don't have the grades or he's undisciplined, and we don't want to bring no more undisciplined ass kids on LSU campus,
right?
To keep scratching that black mark,
right,
across a great institution's name. Let John. Are you willing to do that?
Look, as you say, a trailblazer. I am a trailblazer. My back is for sale. You see that right there? My back is for sale. Look, my sleeve is for sale. My corner of my shirt is for sale. Hold, I can even go deeper. My book is for sale. You understand what I'm saying? So I got to do whatever it takes to build this program. Right. I got to think outside the box. Ain't nothing normal about this. Ain't nothing normal. Then I got to, number one is I got to trust him upstairs that he'll lead me in the right direction. Now, I could be sitting here frustrated right now. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in trouble now. I could be frustrated saying the same thing.
Give me 1 second. Every time you think you're going to get in trouble, I promise I'm going to jump in the boat with you. You ain't going to be in trouble by yourself, damn it. We're going to ride this thing. We're going to ride this wave like it's a 49.
Come on. So here we go. So when I first got here, I knocked on a lot of doors. I beat the doors down. I got nobody listen. Nobody. But that didn't mean for me to stop knocking on that door. and keep on knocking on that door. I'm gonna keep on knocking on that door. Still ain't nobody listening. A couple of my people from out of state has came in today. You know, I heard people say you're an outsider.
Right.
I am. I'm an outsider.
And they don't
But
like
I'm
outsiders in Louisiana,
come on,
especially in South Louisiana. I'm about to get in trouble. Now, they don't give a damn about outsiders.
come on.
They rather see you go hungry and starve if you don't kiss their ass to get what you need. Don't kiss no asses, eat molasses.
And then one person wrote in there, they said he went all the way to Tennessee to get it. They ain't write nothing else. They go all the way to Tennessee to get it. So that was more throwing salt that they went and got an outside.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you who I am. Said and done. I'm going to be an insider.
Right.
I've been taught to be an insider. Don't take away from the community. Give back to the community. Right. It's coming.
You did it again. Ding, 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 ding. So let's talk about this because our time almost up. I don't got much time. I only get 55 minutes. It really supposed to be 48, but I only use the commercials. I just said to hell with the commercials. I don't use the commercials. So let me ask you this right here. We have about 30-something colleges and universities in the state of Louisiana. The majority of them recruit outside of the state, and we have a lot of really phenomenal athletes. Are you going to recruit Louisiana?
58 of my 62 are Louisiana. 90-mile radius. I did what I told you I was going to do when I come here. I'm not letting anything in a 90-mile radius get away from me.
So
I'm taking care of home.
You're going to drive to New Orleans.
I've been there.
You're going to walk to LaGrange. You're going to go to Sam Houston. You're going to go to
Lafayette, Lake Charles. I'm everywhere.
No, we ain't playing no games, man. Because the problem that I get angry when I think about college athletics is we have all these phenomenally great athletes, but their parents got to drive 4 states over.
Come on.
Or 6.5, 8 hours to go see their children play collegiately. And we got all these universities here. And so
right here.
We're not teaching. So a lot. You finna get mad at me, but I'm finna say it because you started this. We ain't hiring insiders that may really care about Louisiana. We hire outsiders who go back and recruit their home state. And don't no butts get in the seats to bring financial restitution into the institution.
Come on. Or watch this. Now I'm going to help you get in trouble. Or you're going to go to the state of Georgia, or you're going to go to the state of Texas when you got it all here.
Right here.
See, people thought I was nuts. I knew what type of football, because I hit them when I was in Mississippi.
Yeah.
It's athletes here. I don't really feel like no outsider because the ones I graduated from Belhaven live here in Louisiana. Right. So they taking care of me right now.
And so
these are the people that play for me.
Watch this right here. In North Louisiana, Northeast Louisiana, we play smash mouth, I formation, running up your football. In the middle part of the world, they like to throw the ball around. And then you got a couple of coaches that still old school like us. We want to ram it down your throat. But you come to the South like letting that thing fly. So you can get every kind of athlete you need.
Dude, you want to hear my philosophy? I'm going to throw it 95% of the time, and the other 5 I'm going to think about it. Defense, I'm going to stunt 95% of the time, and the other 5 I'm going to think about it. And I ain't going to slow them down. They don't need no brain. They give me their body. I'm going to keep it so simple.
Bro,
so simple.
Bro, we got, let me see if I can count. 35, 36, 37. 30. We got under 20 seconds, man. I can't keep playing with you, bro. You play too much. Nah, man. Nah, for real, though.
This is great, man. I
It's been
appreciate you.
hey, and I normally don't, tell a lot of people this, but you almost funny as me, man. You almost funny as me, man.
They say I got a sense of humor, man. You gotta have a sense of humor.
Yeah,
You gotta
man.
wake up every day and have a sense of humor.
Life will beat the hell out of you.
Come on.
And then take your manhood if you don't get some laughter and joy in your world, man.
Man, I tell you, I'm gonna say this, and I know the serious part. It's a couple of people have reached out, and this means a lot to me. It means a lot to John Melton. I know we're nobody right now, but you just imagine you're part of us building right now. You're branding us. You're helping build this kingdom, brother. You're the community. So as we build this relationship along the way, I'm gonna say it from the bottom of my heart. You didn't have to do this morning. Thank you for shining the light on John Melton University. And it ain't where you start, is where you finish. And you helped me get in the line of where we need to finish at. Big step for us. We mean this. This means a lot to me. I've been in a lot of programs. I've coached in NFL and all that other stuff. Nothing means but John, what we're doing right now at John Melton University. And getting people like you see the vision. And is what God said for us right now.
Right.
So thank you again. I appreciate you.
No problem, man. It was my honor. So I pride myself on giving the best interview experience possible. Whether you're you can be the worst player on your team, or the best player on your team, or you can have the least amount of wins as a head coach, or you can be one of my favorite coaches in Carlos Sample and go to 14 state championships, win 8, come run up second. I want to give you the best interview experience possible.
Best one by far, brother.
I cannot do that if I don't know you. And so I do everything within my power to do my research to find. I almost told you your wife's name, but I ain't want you to think she was cheating on you. You see what I'm saying?
She probably looking too now. She like, boy, you done said something crazy now. She always writing down, you didn't pronounce this word right. You forgot to say it like this. Like I told you, I'm on 7th grade reading level. What you expect of me, you know?
Right. But look, you know, this better be the last time I hear you say this, because the one thing I know, 2 things for sure, is that used to be your name.
Come on.
That used to be your name.
Come on. Used to be.
That used to be your grade.
That's right.
Now now you are a pro.
Yeah. I ain't there yet. I won't be like you. I ain't there yet.
You're a pro. And let me tell you why you're a pro. Because you cared enough and you care enough to do it the right way the first time, every time. And for that.
It's tough. It's tough. I ain't cheating. If I was cheating, probably have a check by now. But I'm doing it the right way.
Well, you cheating, you'd have 100 shoulder pads, 100 helmets. You'd have 100 tops. You'd have 100 bottoms. You'd have 100 pair of cleats.
Yeah.
Oh, no, see that? I'm still lying. You have double that.
Come on.
And so the rule they're trying to adopt is, if you ain't cheating, you ain't winning, or you don't want to win. I believe you can win by doing the work from the bottom up.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm a living example of, you can say this and say that, but your actions speak louder than words. Fact. And if your action lines up to where you want to, where you're going, there's no shortcuts in life. You know that. We're trying to. We've been trying to. The microwave was the worst thing we've ever had. Now we got that other thing, you know, that they put the food in there real fast and cook. Yeah, you air fry. It's just, that's the generation we live in.
Right.
And research on how harmful that is to us right now. But all I know is work.
they're telling us now that the Teflon, once it get super overheated, that the Teflon produces chemicals that
Come on.
release into the air
Come
that
on.
we inhale, and it is destroying us from the outside in.
From the outside in. Yep. There's no quick fix.
Right.
There's no quick fix.
That's why mustard greens, collard greens, pigtails, rutabagas, chili beans, red beans and rice. And if you don't put sausage in your red beans and rice, you a sucker.
Come on. Little fat back too. Look, I've already picked up 35 pounds here now. Blood pressure sky high.
Hey, I started juicing, man, a little bit on and off. So the problem is, hell, it costs 3 times more to eat healthy and drink healthy than it does to eat some chili.
They'll eat some chili. Yeah. Cut back on it.
So I'm gonna keep eating chicken.
Come on.
I'm a big. Everybody know I'm a big prime rib guy.
Woo.
When I get $2, y'all want to treat me to J. Alexander's? Y'all know that's my favorite prime rib place in Baton Rouge.
That's a good place to eat.
I know, man. I ain't been able to go though. I've been doing my thing. Hey, man. Hey, let me give you this. Let me afford you this opportunity, man. Shout out some of the people that have really supported you in the Rain, Crowley, Lake Charles, Westlake, all the way down to Opelousas and all those places. Shout them out, and then we're gonna ask. We're gonna sincerely ask this, that Brian Kelly and all you other colleges within that 90-mile radius, give John Melvin a call, man. They need John.
We need help.
They need help. If somebody is on here watching this and they have access to Brian Kelly and all these other colleges and universities that are already settled, y'all get those athletic directors a call, man, and allow them the opportunity to help John Melvin University get started. Because at the end of the day, it's an institute for higher learning as well, and everybody had to have a helping hand somewhere when they began.
Come on. That's right.
And if you don't think they didn't, you're lying to yourself.
That's right.
Because they haven't had a Tyrann Matthews or Glenn Dorsey or all the other Patrick Petersons. Give them a chance to get their best offensive and best defensive players to their next level.
That's right.
Whatever pro cycle that is. And so, go ahead, bro.
What you really nailed it. We have had some people come in and help us around the area, so we want to say thank you. Special shout out to Belhaven University up in Jackson, Mississippi. They've built over backwards. They've gave me cleats. They've gave me practice stuff, equipment. So we have had people reach out and given us. I've had a couple of players that played for me and also played with me take care of a coach during the summertime because we weren't able to play them. From the bottom of my heart, and I'm not through really just honoring you guys. I'm just saying it now. I really appreciate we have received help. We have. But I'm also asking because it's getting close right now. We've got a month and a half. I've got to field a team. I really need help. I need about $20,000 to $30,000. That will get us to the point where we need. And this is not us putting money in our pocket to these kids that need it, these young men. Not only football, we got basketball, we have baseball, we have softball. So we're not just doing football here. We're ministering to a lot of people's lives. You could be a part of helping us. And you have played a bit by allowing us to come on and answer for help. And you're right that we have not because we ask not. And we're answering. We do need help.
Right. And I want to see you succeed because it's and this is a real reason why y'all should help. This is a real reason why y'all should help because it's going to open up 700 to 1,000 more kids to
Come
be
on.
able to play at their next competitive level.
That's right.
High schools, if y'all got a couple extra dollars, y'all are not excluded from donating $2, $3.
Or practice stuff. I'll come and get it. I'll drive to get it. I mean, practice jerseys, practice pants, whatever you have, we'll come and get it.
St. Louis High School, St. Louis Catholic High School. Come on, man. Come on, man. Show up and show out.
Teacher.
Hamilton Christian, show up and show out. That's the blood of the lamb calling. Oh, yeah. I wasn't supposed to say that, was it? My bad.
I love it.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm finna get out before I really get in trouble. Sometimes
been great, man.
Yeah, I cuss too much to be a priest, though, Coach.
That's all right. They said God now, he traveled the world. He didn't just go to one group. That's what he went to all of them. You know, he went in the gut.
Yeah. And
come on. He came and got me.
And whooped Asterisk. he threw everybody out the temple.
Come on.
He ain't played.
He ain't playing. He changed my life. That's all I can do. He changed my life.
Definitely changed mine, man.
Yeah.
I was a troublemaker.
Like, and I know I'm not perfect now, but I'm striving to be perfect.
Yeah, I just wake up and try to be me every single day, man.
Every day.
It's a pleasure to be here every single day, man.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you, man. Come back,
man. I tell you,
sometimes, man.
We got to do this again. Now we got to do a new one. Show up all we can, because you coming in right now, man. Look, I just got an office. I'm excited. Look, I just got an office, man.
Come on.
I got my TV. Look at here.
Ain't got a TV in there, y'all.
TV. What? I done came up.
Look, let me be real petty right now. Ain't God good? It's Christian University, y'all. So
come on, man.
It's Christian University. We got to talk about God.
That's right.
If you at a Christian university and you don't talk about a lot of God,
yep.
You're really a Christian university?
You're in a Christian university. That's right.
I might be stupid, but I ain't that stupid.
Come on.
So, hey, man, again, though, it's been fun, man. Anything that we can do to help you guys with exposure or anything like that, Coach, I'm a phone call away. Thank you to Coach Andrus,
yes,
Melvin University for setting this up.
Listen, I'm gonna have to give him a shout out, because he from the day I met him, he said, "Coach, I'm gonna publicize it. Put your vision out there." And he is the reason why we're on these radio shows and TV shows, and he's really putting us out there. And Coach is a great guy, man.
You know, and so again, man, we want to thank you, Coach Andrus, for building this relationship. And I'm always here for any brand. You know, we specialize in high school sports, but at the end of the day, I'm a sports junkie. I've loved sports my entire life. It's what saved my life. If it had not been for sports, I'd be in prison right now. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Like I play and joke a lot, but can I say this?
You can say it.
If it had not been for the Lord on my side,
come on, bro.
Where would I be?
Where would I be? I say that I wake up sometime, I gotta pinch myself.
Yeah, man.
You know,
God has blessed me in an abundance of overload.
Come on.
And like, if people really knew my story, they'd be like, "You've been through all that."
Yeah.
And you still ain't crunk? Don't worry.
Still standing.
I'm
still standing.
I'm good, man.
No matter what they told at me, I'm still standing.
You see this smile? People have been trying to break it for the last 7 years. Y'all can't. You ain't good enough to break me. Remember, get off the bench, get it.
That's right.
That was God, y'all. That wasn't me.